Great. Good morning, everybody. And today's topic is in Java. Write down fatafat. Arrays in Java. Quick. Arrays. An index data structure. An index data structure of homogeneous data. An index data structure of homogeneous data with fixed in size. Fixed in size. Fixed in size. Homogeneous data with fixed in size. An index data structure. An index data structure of homogeneous data with fixed in size. With fixed in size. Okay, sir. Now, pay attention. What does it truly means? Now, let's understand what does it actually means. An index data structure of homogeneous data with fixed in size. Okay. The point is, when we have multiple data along with us to proceed, not just one or two. Say, for example, if I need to take user's age, if one user age is there, what will I do? Simple. I create one variable, int age, and I'll ask the user to enter his age. He will say age, whatever value he enter. With the help of next int, I'll be able to store it. Agree? If 2-3 users are there, then I'll take 2-3 variables. If 10 users are there, chalo, still will take 10 users. If 500 users are there, then are you getting my point? Are we gonna say age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4, age 5, age 500? Then it is very difficult to remember, right? And so many variables need to be created. And rather than this, one thing we can do, we can create an array where group of similar data. When I say index data structure of homogeneous data, what does it mean by homogeneous data, sir? Homogeneous means of similar data type. Multiple data, those who are of same type. That same type can be anything, but one type, all type of data are there. They are nothing but called homogeneous data. Say, for example, I want to store 100 integer values. Then you better always go for arrays. If couple of them are there, then you can definitely go for variables. But if larger amount of data, provided they should be of same type, then it is recommended to go for arrays. When should I go for arrays? When larger amount of data of same type is there, then it is always recommended you should go for arrays. Am I clear? One of the greatest power. With one variable, I can hold n number of values. That is the greatest power of the arrays. One. Then, sir, what does it mean by index data structure? Index data structure is nothing but, for example, I want to access randomly. Say 500 people data I have stored. Okay. When I have stored 500 people data, I want to read the 23rd person data. Then I should not start remembering what is the variable name for that person? What is the variable number? That should not happen. We should be able to directly read it. And you should not say, sir, I want to read 78th person. Start from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then reach to the 78th. That you should not do it. You should be able to directly go and read randomly whichever data you want to read. Are you getting my point? Whenever I want to do a random access, in that case, index data structure supports a lot, where every unit of the data having some unique identifier. This unique identifier is nothing but is called as index. And speciality of index is not just in Java. You take it any language index always start from 0. This is fixed. Why, sir? We will discuss why this is set to be 0. Okay. Now the point is simple and straight. When we have larger amount of data of similar type, then we should go for array, where we get one of the greatest advantages. Every data has a unique identifier called index. So with the help of the index, whichever data I want, say I want to read this particular data, then I will directly go to this index and read it. So if indexes were not there, then if I need to read the third element, suppose indexes are not there, I want to read the third element, what do? Start from here, keep jumping, and then you reach it. If 500 amount of data is there, then again you start from scratch if indexes wouldn't have been. The greatest plus point what we get with the storing a larger amount of homogeneous data is the index. So with the indexes only, we can do random access. Why indexes are there? So that we can do random access. If indexes wouldn't have been there, always start from first. Then it would be quite challenging for us to read the data every time. Time consuming it would have been, right? Agree? Okay, sir. Then fixed size, last line if you would have heard, index data structure of homogeneous data with fixed in size. What does it mean, sir? Before creating the data structure, this is a array is nothing but the data structure, right? Data structure is like how do you want to store the data? How do you want to structure the data in memory? I'm using one of them as array. Last line, if you see, that is fixed in size, which means before creating the data structure array, you must know how much is the amount of data you are going to process with. What does it mean? First, creating array, you should tell how much is the amount of data you have, how much size of array you need. So size mandatory you should know before creating the array, else you cannot create the array at all. So creation of array entirely depends only on size. If you have number of data clearly, then only you should go for arrays. I am not sure how many data will come, and don't go for it. Not a recommended data. Are you getting my point? When you should go for arrays, first condition, it must be homogeneous. If all the data of same type, are you getting my point? If I'm trying to store integers, all the data, entire everything, say 100 data is there, all 100 data must be of integer type, then only you go for arrays. One of them not allowed. Not even a single other type of data is allowed. Every single unit of data must be of same type. That type can be anything. You can store double data, you can store float data, string data, student data, employee data, whichever data you want, you can store it, but must be of same type. If you are creating an array of students, can I create? Yes. You can create anything as an array where you can store multiple amount of data one shot. But it is not allowed that so much of amount of data is there along with that one different type of data. All must be of same type, called homogeneous data. So first data structure, definition wise, index data structure. Why is it index? Index data structure is there. That is an advantage for us to read the data randomly anyways. Agree? Else I have to always start from that point and always keep traversing till the data you want to read. Are you getting my point? Then fixed in size means size should be known to you before creating the array. Answer, okay, fine. Fixed in size. You are telling fixed in size. Other way you are telling size should be known to you. Sir, are you telling that once the array has been created, can I change the data? Can I change the size? I repeat, before creating an array, I want to store 100 students data. So array size would be 100. While processing, I realized 2 more students I forgot. Then now you cannot make changes into the existing data. So now you have to create another array of student with 102. In the existing, you cannot make changes. Suppose I have created a 100 size array structure. Okay, only 5 required at runtime. Remaining waste. So one of the challenge with respect to array is only inefficient memory utilization. What does it mean with inefficient memory utilization? Before creating array, you must know the exact size. At runtime, if you consume 100% of space, whatever you have given to the array, then it's a win-win situation. But for example, at runtime, less than the size or more than the size data comes, then there is a problem. If less than size is there, still some space will be waste, but you can handle the situation. If data comes more at runtime, then you cannot handle it. Are you getting my point? Everybody, shall I proceed? Okay, sir. Now, we will be definitely understanding step by step. There are multiple things are there. Declaration, creation, initialization, traversal of array. One by one we'll go. But moving forward, if I need to tell you why indexing also start from 0, any idea? Why does indexing start from 0? Second line you write down. Arrays are objects in Java. Arrays are non-primitive. Arrays are non-primitive. Arrays are non-primitive. Hence treated as an object. Hence treated as an object. Arrays are non-primitive. Hence are treated as object. Arrays are non-primitive. Hence are treated as object. Done. To store the array object, we need a reference type variable. To store address of an array, we need a reference type variable. To store address of array, we need reference type variable. Next line you write down. Type of array defines what is the type of data. Type of array defines what is the type of data to be stored. What is the type of the data to be stored? What is the type of the data to be stored in array? What is the type of data to be stored in array? Done. Moving forward. Sir, just now we heard arrays are nothing but objects only. Agree? They are non-primitive. Agree? Since they are non-primitive, are you telling me these are nothing but objects? Every array is an object? Yes. In Java, every object is considered to be as an object. Anything apart from primitive. How many are there primitive? Apart from these 8, everything else is in Java is object. You don't need to worry at all. You remember those 8? Apart from these 8, anybody comes, object ra. Tension over. Collection, object. Exception, object. Thread, object. You tell anything, everything is an object in Java apart from 8 primitive data. What we learn. Agree? So another we are learning non-primitive as an array. In that case, you are telling, sir, if this is an object, see this physical structure, green color, what you see, this is a physical structure. That entire structure has been kept into one object. Blue color. Round circle is not there. Hope you understand. Come on. Okay, now there is an object is there. Now, if this is an object, this should be stored in where? Louder, which area of the memory? Heap area. Okay, sir. If there is a reference variable which is pointing to this object, this reference variable will be stored in Pakka. That much clarity is there. In a stack frame, ARR is there. An object is there where? Inside the heap. In this object, what is that? An array of size 5. Are you getting my point? Everybody? No confusion? Sir, in this array of 5 elements, which type of data you want to store? That we don't know. So we will discuss. We don't know how to define the type of the array. That time we'll understand. But one thing is clear. Every array is an object pointed by a reference variable. Reference variable is in stack frame and object is in heap. So are you telling me, sir, base address also would be there, na? Object means base address also would have been there. Agree? So in that case, are you telling me, sir, this 0th index, not entire object? Something base, consider entire base object is 1000. Favorite address. Okay, na? Whichever object I create, always address is 1000. Check. Now the point is entire object base address is 1000. So are you telling me, sir, ARR will also have? Obviously, right? Now the point, why is it starting with index as 0? There is a very great logic behind it. Shall I study? But before that, you tell me, sir, suppose we are storing integer data. Suppose. Okay. We will discuss how to do it. But if at all integer data is there, then can you please help me with the size of integer with respect to bytes? 5 bytes. 6. Louder. Pakka. That clarity not required, right? You all are pretty sure. Integer is of 4 byte. Byte is of what? Very good. Byte is of 1 byte. Short is of 2 byte. Character
Sure.
2 bytes. Pakka clear? That
Hey,
clarity is
Papa,
there
what's
already.
up?
Long 8 byte. Float 4
Sir,
byte. Double.
hi, Chapu.
Boolean.
Huh?
There is no concept of
Hi,
size for the
sir.
boolean. Right? This much is clear. Now
You
4
go
bytes are
school
there. If
college.
I need to and see, this is an object which stores what? 5 integer. Suppose this is an array meant for integer type of data. Are you getting my point? Memory wise, I'm explaining you. This array meant to hold data in terms of integers. Agree? Base address of the entire object is 1000. Are you telling me, sir, this first box here you will store one integer number? Here you will store another integer number. Are you pakka? Sure? Oh. In that case, what would be the size of this cell? That is called cell element. Whatever element I want to store, that is the data. Where I'm storing this cell. Cell. One cell of the array. What is the size of this? If I want to store the integer data here, then obviously, if you want to store integer data is consume 4 bytes. So this chotu box should be obviously pakka, no confusion. Okay, sir. How about this one? Fixed. 100% clear. Now the point, sir. I want to go at this location. So address would be, if it is 1000 and total start, this point is 1000. Suppose total how much is required? 4. 1001, 1002, 1003. 1, 2, 3, and this is 1003 actually. Sorry to say that. Are you able to understand with me? 1000 plus 4, 1004, 1008, 1000 नहीं यार तुम लोग तो गलत ही करवा दे रहे हो 1004, 1001, 1002, 1003, total 0 to 3. See 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003 is this location for this position. Are you getting my point? Able to understand? The next one will be Pakka, no confusion. 1008, 1000 miscalculation am I doing? Correct is this. It will start from 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003. Then 1004, 1008, 1012, 1016. Like this, it will be keep proceeding. Pakka, are you sure? Guys, louder. Now, if I need to ask you this one simple, why are we discussing? Listen carefully. But one thing is clear. Size wise, if I need to go 1, 0, 0, 0. 1000 is the first position. Second position. Cell position. Next cell position. Starting base point of the next cell is 1004. Next cell 1008. Next cell. Next. Any one thing is there clear? Yes, sir. Base address what you took? What is the base address you took? And what is the data type you have taken? Size wise. 4 byte data type you have taken, right? 4. Sorry. 1000 plus 4 is the next address. Plus 4 next address. Plus 4 next address. Plus 4 next address. What is the logic happening? Are you getting my point? Point is, if at all I get to know base address, one thing, and I know what type of data you are storing. What type of data means? I need the size. Basically, why am I asking for the type of data? Reason, I need the size. Anna. If you can give me the size and I know the base address, then I can know where the next element would be. For this, again, I'll add size. Next. Are you able to understand? Now, what am I saying? To get to this one value. So actually 1004 is there, right? Here is 1000. So what will I say? 1000 plus size of the data what you are storing 4. Starting with next time what will I say? 1000 plus size of the data into 1. Next time I'll tell what? 1000 plus 4 is the size into 2, sir. I hope you understood the logic. Everybody clear? What is happening? Sir, first time I need to get this address. What did I do? 1000 base address I have taken. I am taking 1000. Na? It would be A, B, C, D, and all. Hope you are aware. Addresses are in hexadecimal format. Agree? Now this address plus size of the data. Based on the data type, I'll get to know the size of the data. Starting with multiply 0, multiply 1, multiply 2, multiply 3. Sir, what are these? 0, 1, 2 are nothing but index. What is the logic of keeping index starting with 0? To establish this relationship, to establish this formula. Are you able to understand? Nobody will ask you. I guarantee it, you attend 100 interviews, nobody will ask why index is start with 0. Nobody will ask. For your general knowledge, I'm keeping you informed. Are you aware why indexing are starting with 0? Because this is how the size calculation happens. I mean, memory location allocation happens based on these calculations. That's the reason indexing always starts with 0. Suppose this is not starting with 0, then it would have been quite manual. Simple, straightforward. You remember one thing out of entire discussion, indexing start from. If you remember this much, more than enough. You don't need to get into this calculation and all. Frankly speaking, not required. No use. As a developer, you will never get into these calculations. You will do some other calculation that we will do. But can I say base address means this cell starting point is 1000. That is our base address of the entire object. Agree? No confusion. What is so important for knowing the type of the data? Are you clear? If type of the data is not there, then which calculation, how the calculation is happening based on the size of the data. That is the reason data type size is required. Now fixed in size means if I have created 5, I cannot say at runtime I want to store 6 elements. No, not this. I want to store only 1 element. You store 1. Waste. How waste? I created one array of 5000. Oh, stored only 2 elements. Fine. You store 2. Remaining 4,998 wasted. Then I would have created 2 variables. Obviously, when you have handful of data, why are you going for array? Array for larger amount of data. When you have small amount of data, why are you coming for array? Are you getting my point? Sure. Conceptually, we understood, sir. Are you clear? Everybody? Definition was, if I need to tell you what is an array, an indexed data structure. Is that clear? What does it mean by an indexed data structure? Agree? So that I can use random access. An indexed data structure of what does it mean by homogeneous data? Similar type of data with fixed in size. Why? Once you created the data structure, you cannot do any modification with respect to adding or removing the space. Am I clear? Now declaration and creation part I'll explain you. Pay attention for you. Say I want to create an array of integer. So while we are proceeding with this, there are 4 type of activities are there with respect to array. I'll list down one by one. We will start understanding it. Pay attention along with me, guys. When I'm talking about array, first type of activity we do the declaration. Declaration of array we will be doing. Second, we will be doing creation of the array. Third, we will be doing initialization. Fourth one, the data. Traversing it. That sometime we do, sometime we not do. We'll understand. Can you please put definition wise clear? Think, I mean, this is the syllabus we need to learn. These are the topics we have to know. Now let's talk about the first thing. First thing is what? Array declaration. So while declaring an array, what are the things mandatory that I'm explaining you? Please focus and pay attention. Three information. Done. That will be done. Now let's focus on these two parts first. What? Declaration and creation. Then we will understand next today itself called initialization. Then moving forward, how to traverse an array. Okay, now first thing first, when we are talking about the declaration, I must declare first information. What? Data type. Second information. What? Dimension. What is that called? What do you mean by dimension? When we move further with the next level of arrays called multi-dimensional array, that time you will be able to understand the difference. As of now, dimension is there something called, we don't know. Wait for a few days, you will understand this. Okay, na? Couple of days. Then moving forward, what is this, sir? This is an identifier. Okay, na? First part of array is the data type of the array. What type of data you have to mention? First information itself is type. First you specify the type because array is a homogeneous data structure. Array is a data structure to hold homogeneous data. Agree? Which type of data? Int type of data. Then dimension we'll understand, that time you will be able to clear it. But as of now, identifier, if there is an object and I want to communicate with object, I must have some variable which hold the address, reference variable type, anything you take, any identifier. Okay, na? Three information as part of array declaration. Now let's talk about the creation part. In creation part, if you observe, same identifier must be used. That is common sense. And is a keyword. Object, new is object. Very good, brilliant. Who is teaching you all these things? New is a keyword meant for creating a new object in key area. Pakka. That itself proves that every array is an object. Pakka. Okay, sir. Now the point. New object of integer. This is nothing but called size of the array. Are you getting my point? This is what the size of. In entire creation, most important part is the size. If you don't specify the size, then you will not be able to create array at all. Are you with me? There are combinations are there that I'll show you while executing, that I'll explain you. What if I give a negative size? What will come? If I give a negative size, index out of bounds, when you try to read the data or try to put the data, negative size array exception. Negative size array exception. 1. Suppose I want to give 2.3, 3.5, then what you are telling? Right? We'll discuss. Why are you talking? We'll practically implement and check now. Okay, now. But after executing this line, what would have been created? An array would be created, yes or no? Declaration of this variable. That's all is done. Array, yaar, you understand this way. Int I. What is this? Variable. Identifier. What is the type of it? This one. Similarly, ARR is a variable, reference variable. Agree? What is the type of? An integer array. Just by creating this, what happened? One memory block has been created. What is the name of this? What is the value of it? Because object is not created. Creation of object is the creation of array done at this line itself. No, what you have done? You have declared one variable of type ARR. That's all. One variable has been created. What is the value? Nothing is there. Why? Because there is no existence of the physical data structure called array. Once the array has been created, then the memory address will come, which will be stored here. Able to understand? Pakka? Sir, next then what is happening? This ARR will start pointing to the newly created object of integer array size 3. Okay. In this case, what will happen? At this line, if I need to tell you, say for example, same in this context, if I need to write, here I am telling I equal to 10. Able to understand? Int I. What did I do? I just declare the type of the data I want to store into variable I. Agree? Here, what am I saying? What is the value? That value I'm giving. Agree? At this time, what am I actually doing? That I'm actually doing this ARR, whatever has been created. For this, I have to create a new keyword means first object creation. An integer array of size. Take 3 size array, sir. 1, 2. And indexing always start from, I don't need to remind you now, 0, 1, 2. Base address, our favorite. This will be stored in, take this 1000. Are you with me? Are you getting my point? Whereas object will be in which type of memory? Which part of the memory of JVM? Object heap area. How about the reference variable? That. Pakka. Is this clear? Also, do you think, sir, these two lines we can join together and do it one line only? Do you feel? Then in that case, can you please help me how to do declaration and creation in one line of an array called integer array? Dimension ARR is equal to new integer size type of whichever size you want to take. There is no issue. Say 4 this time. Okay, now. So now I want to store 4 integer array, 4 integer data in one array. Agree? Is this clear? So are you telling me that this much portion is nothing but called, and this much portion is nothing but called? I am not gonna write. You will write. Fatafat. Done. Now initialization is also there. That I will tell you with respect to the example practically. You'll be able to understand better along with me. Okay, na? चलिए then, let me start the screen share.
Hmm?
Will I wipe the board?
So,
Maunit, tell me. Public static void main string array of args. Very good. Then first thing I want to do is array declaration. Right? How to do the array declaration? Int dimension I have to mention. Okay, na? Dimension will always be mentioned after mentioning the data type. First information as part of array you should mention is the type of the data you want to store in it. Then dimension, and then identifier, then nothing, then semicolon. This completes the array declaration part. Agree? Suppose let me create a new folder called arrays. Inside this array demo 1.java, I'll make it array demo 1. Fine. Now the point is I have declared an array. Agree? Sir, what is the value right now in this? System.out.print of ARR. I like to take names like ARR, BRR, and so on. Whichever you want, you can take. There is no restriction what type of naming convention should be followed with respect to the name of the array. Am I clear? I like ARR, BRR, I'm taking that. Why is this coming? Because ARR is a if identifier is there, this error will come. Very good. Why this error is coming? Concept I have explained, you know very well. Which concept you need to catch? Why ARR is might not have been initialized? Because it's an array. Then creation is not done. That's why. It's a reference variable. So error will come. Okay, in that case, let me do one thing. Yeah, somebody else. Doesn't have memory itself. Very good. Any other answer? Pardon? Yeah. So, acha, if that is the case, if I write here, since you are there, that's why I'm saying. What if I write here? Will this also produce error? Then Finally, what is the difference between variable D and variable ARR? Both are variable, that is clear, na? Different data type might be there. Difference between D and ARR? Pardon? Primitive and non-primitive. Very good. रुको रुको, तुम्हारा अभी primitive non primitive सॉल्व ही कर देते हैं. अब बोलो भाई, both are primitive, both are non primitive. हाँ, now that problem has solved. If I do it, what is the good? Who was answering that? Raise your hand. Right answer. Whomever gave the right answer. Who was that? Sai. Others? Thank you. We understood. Thank you. Let others attempt. Finally. Still so many people are there, those who have no idea what is the difference between variable at this location, variable at this location. A variable which is created within method is called as, if you don't initialize, there is no default value at all. And how can you use a variable whose value itself is not there? That's the reason error is coming. Read the error very carefully. Variable ARR might not have been initialized. Unless you initialize, not gonna be used. Agree? Let me show you this. If I make it I. Check. Variable I might not have been, it's not because of primitive or non-primitive. It's simple. A variable which is local does not have a default value. You cannot use it before giving some value to it. That's the clear. Did I explain? But you need to connect the dots, boss. In interview, it's not going to happen that whatever question I am asking here, only those questions will be asked. On that concept, question can be asked in either ways. And many ways are there to ask a particular question on one concept. Once you are clear with the concept, a question comes next to you. Immediately don't need to answer. Wait, think, what is the question? What is happening over here? I'm sure some or other logic you'll get it. Rather than simply saying no and getting, oh, I don't know. Relax. You know it. You're not able to reach to the concept. That's the only. Don't you know what is local variable? Tell me anybody who doesn't know local variable. Anybody? You know it? Tell me anybody who has no idea what is an instance variable. Instance variable is a variable which is declared at the class level outside the method body. Don't you know? You know it. But the point, question might not be asked. Tell me the difference between a local variable and instance variable. If that would have been asked, you would have definitely answered. Agree? Boss, they will give you scenarios. You need to think and then answer. Shall I proceed now? Funda is clear, sir. And how to access this? Using this only. We will learn later. Instance variable, we are not focusing as of now. But if you still remember how to access the instance variable at the help of the sum. Very good. Very good. Reference variable or this keyword. You remember reference variable? Because object. Hope you remember. Pakka na? Chali, moving forward. Now I want to do what? Initialization. This variable does not have any value at all. Let me give some value. Since it is, I am gonna deal with integer array. Let me make this as an array only. Done. Now let me talk about the array creation. Now, as part of array creation, how do I create an array? Funda is simple. What is the reference variable? Is equal to new of integer of size is mandatory here. If you don't give size, issue will come. Am I clear? Now I'm going to print ARR. Let's see what is the value coming. Pretty weird it will be there. Pay attention. Compilation is successful and pay attention. Very good. What is the problem? Yeah, from past few days only this problem started coming now. .java, what is the problem? No, actually, once one of the class I was doing it, their main method itself is not being recognized. Hello world program I was writing. After a few days, I gave up and I accepted I don't know how to write hello world program and I moved on. Anyway, everything is something. If you observe before at the rate, what is there? This we will discuss. In slides, it will come. That time you will understand why it is coming. That time I'll ask. Okay. But as of now, can I say declaration, creation is done. Let me talk about the third part, which we didn't discuss on board. That is array initialization. Done. How do I initialize array? Sir, array initialization means for every cell of array, every cell of the array, some element, some data should be given. Agree? What type of data I should mention? Any type. Any type. Integer type, right? How do I access the first cell of the array? Using the index. You want to access any cell of the array, only one option, that is index. First index always start from. There is a way to access with the within the square brackets you should write. I want to focus on one of the cell of the array. Then identifier, square brackets, within that index of that cell which you want to focus on. Agree? Then comes one value I want to store, whatever value you want to store. Done. Semicolon. Am I clear? ARR of 10, ARR of 0, some value. Like this, if you are sure, are you going to tell me? Fatafat. ARR of 1, ARR of 2, ARR of 3, ARR of 4, and values will be done. Now, if I print, what is the value will come? Come on. Obviously, come on. Now, values will be. Tell me, guys, I'll show you the values. Chalo, fatafat, tell me. Now, if I print, values will be. It will be printing. It is still printing the address only. You are printing reference variable. Whenever you print a reference variable, corresponding address will be printed. What address it is pointing to, that will be printed. Are you getting my point? If you are printing any reference variable that is pointing to some location, memory location, then you print memory location only will be printed. Agree? Check. There is no difference, sir. Yes. You are trying to read the address of the object. This ARR means just the address. No, I want to read the date of first cell, 0th cell. This is not the way to. Then what you should do? Then you should tell what? ARR of 0. Sir, here also same, here also same. Let me remind you one thing. For first time when you are talking, over here, you have reached to the position where 0th index cell is there. Agree? In that, you are assigning some data, whatever line is selected. Agree? Down, what you are doing? You are simply selling ARR of 0th index. That means whatever value is there printed. I am not using any operator. Basically, if I need to communicate with one of the cell of the array, first talk about which reference variable? ARR. What is the index? Choose any number of index. That index. What do you want to do? I want to store data. Assignment operator. Store some compatible data. I want to get the data. You have anyway reached to that location, right? If you print, you will anyway get the data over there. Able to understand? Everybody? Chaliye. When I store it this way and execute it, what came? This 10 is coming from ARR of, I want next. So are you telling ARR of 1, ARR of 2, ARR of 3, ARR of 4, store it? Then simply say, am I right? This is what it is called. Traversing the array elements. Traversing means moving forward or back, moving in one direction. Traversing. Are you getting my point? This is called array traversing. Can I expect you to practically implement the same along with me? First one is called array declaration, creation, and array traversing. Okay, then let's proceed. One thing is clear to you all. Different steps. First, declaration, then creation, then initialization, then traversing. Am I right? Is it okay if I change the sequence? Can I do the creation before the declaration? Hello? What is this ARR? Compiler doesn't know it. Are you getting my point? Shall we check what's going to happen? Array not declared, huh? Cannot find a symbol. Agree? Okay, sir. So basically, none of the steps should be changed. First, declaration, creation, initialization, then only traversing will do it. Agree? Sir, what if I do not do initialization at all? Directly traversing if I do it, what will happen? Let me explain you. Pardon? Speak up louder. So it will bring blank. Okay, what else? Any other answers? Guys, stop murmuring. Better you respond something loud and clear. If it is wrong, what's wrong gonna happen to you? Array might not have been initialized. Who is the default value saying? Pardon? Array is declared. Default values will be there. Funda is simple and straight. Array is part of. Array is an object. Agree? Now let me ask you this. Shall I start the light? Close your eyes. Okay. Let me ask you one simple and straight thing to you all. Okay. Thank you. We'll discuss, no problem. Sir, I'm creating, suppose, I'm sure all of you are aware that we are talking about an object. That means we are which area? We are inside the heap area. Inside heap area, suppose one of the attribute of student I'm talking. ID is there, sir. Name is there, sir. Enough is there, sir. I am creating now. I have created an object. Suppose I have created an object of louder student. In that case, if I'm not giving any value to this, then default values is there. Apply the same logic over here. Array is nothing but is an object, right? Where multiple partition are there. Agree? See, over here also multiple partition are there. Here, how many partitions are there? Na? Within an object is there, right? This is also an object. Multiple parts are there. Their name is what? ID, name. Here name is what? Logic clear? Pakka. Here if I am not giving anything, then based on data type, null will come, sir. Agree? Over here, suppose this is an integer array. In that case, able to understand? And when I am trying to say ARR is a pointer to this location. What is the location, sir? Agree? In that case, you're actually saying what? ARR is pointing to a location 1000. If I am, what happened? What happened? Now, say for example, if I'm trying to print ARR or ARR of 0, what is the difference between them? When you're telling sir print ARR, you're actually telling to print what is the value, memory location. We are telling 1000. It will come in hexadecimal format that we have seen. And if you would have observed a pattern, it is coming this way. I believe. Am I right? At the rate some hexadecimal number. Agree, na? Then, if I'm talking about ARR of 0, that means first you go to the ARR. Then you're telling, no, I don't want the ARR. I need what is there at the 0th index. So that means you're actually saying ARR, but within this location. In this location, what is it meant to store? 0. Very good. Brilliant. Array yaar, listen carefully. An integer array is there. I am talking about ARR, which is pointing to an object. Within the object, one part, I am telling what is this part meant to store? 0. Any integer value. If you are not giving an integer value, then based on data type, default value is kept. 0 and everywhere. Next level zeros are there in my batch. Answer. What is the data type? It is meant to hold integer. Agree? Am I clear? Now I forgot what I was trying to explain. चलिए बधाई हो फिर तो क्या ही कह सकते हैं हम. Now the point. When I'm saying ARR of 0, so I'm saying within ARR, it is holding 1000 address of an object. Agree? At this 0th part. Agree? 0th part means this cell. Agree? In this cell, I am asking what is the type of data is kept over. Integer type of data is there. Get me that data. If you are not giving any value, since array is an object, default values will be kept inside it. Agree? So, as that is the reason 0 is coming. Sir, I don't want 0. I want to change. Funda is simple. Say, for example, I have created a variable int I equal to 10. I don't want 10. I want 20. What to do? Tell the variable name. Assign with. Agree? Over here. ARR is having 0. I don't want 0. I want 10. Then what is the variable name? So are you telling, sir, this every location ARR of 0 is one variable to hold to store integer type of data? I repeat, array of which type? Integer type. Meant to store group of elements of integer. Agree? This one location, how do I access to this one location? ARR of 0. This is nothing but one variable. This is another variable. Array, yaar. Yes or no? Are you clear with me? ARR of 2. Are you able to understand? In this variable, ARR of 0, variable name itself is ARR of 0. Agree? ARR of 0, already what is kept? I want to put 10. Then nothing but simple tell ARR of 1 equal to. That is what we have done. Agree? Now you tell me, if I try to print ARR, what will be printed? Address of 10. ARR of 2. ARR of 2. You go to ARR, second 2th index. Suppose 30 is there. Suppose I'm saying. Suppose 30 is there. Then Pakka, you understand? Sure. ARR of 4. 5. Beyond it, if you go, it will not work. Am I clear? This is what just to explain you. Shall I wipe the board? Pakka. Chaliye, let's proceed now. If I have not initialized, then default values will be there as per the data type. Am I right? Shall I check it? Pakka? Or if you really want one other way to make it more beautify, by the way, this is there. Total size is how much? Fine, then fine, no problem. Agree? And I just wanted to make the output to be a bit more making sense. Agree, na? This much we have understood very well. Okay. Now, if you observe one thing, pay attention. Don't you think these lines, which lines? Initialization line and traversing line. Something I'm repeating everywhere. Can we automate this one? Are you getting my point? Okay, guys, focus now. By now, if you pay attention, there are two activities we are talking about now. Can I say declaration and creation is done for all of you? No confusion. Now moving forward with the initialization and traversing of the array. Now, if you observe both the steps, initialization or traversing, if you observe, there are few steps which are repeatedly happening with small changes. Agree? Very small changes are there. Agree? Now the point is, I want to make it more smarter way to write. I want to use a smarter way to write it. And same activities keep on repeating everywhere. Agree? Even during initialization or as well as traversing. Whenever I'm repeating something, then it is always recommended to go for loops. Agree? So shall I proceed with the loops now? Moving forward. Shall we? And one more thing, did you observe? Every time I'm writing some data, what? 10. No, I don't want to write it like this. I want user to enter the data. First, we will do this user entering data, then we will use the loop. Chalega na? For that, first thing I should do is create scanner KB is equal to of system.in. And as a good programmer, make a habit. Whenever you create this scanner object, first thing you should do what? Import java.util.scanner and single L is there. Now, also, one more thing. See, at the beginning of main method, what did you do? First step is to create the scanner object, right? So at the end, wherever end is there, right before the end, ensure you write kb.close. What is the purpose of this, sir? We will discuss in deeper in exception handling. But as of now, do it. Simple words if I need to tell you. If see scanner means what? I need to take the data from the input peripheral devices. That is the reason I'm using system.in. Agree? Now, whenever I'm using system.in, I'm stepping out of the Java boundary. What is the Java boundary? Within the JVM, I should stay. When I need to communicate with the underlying peripheral devices, I'm using system.in. So I'm stepping out of the JVM boundary, establishing a connection with the underlying operating system. Once I used it, I should not leave it like that. As a good programmer, that another correction to peripheral devices, whatever I've built, I have to cut it also. That is the reason closed it. What if I don't close? No issue, but you are treated as a person who go to the kitchen, take the plate, eat, and throw the plate there. A good kid takes the plate, have the meal in the plate, wash it and keep it back. So let's start washing the plate and keep it back. Shall I? I'll still do the same. Your Vishra, your life, your career. What can I help you with that? I told you, right? Moving forward. Shall I proceed now? Now focus. Let's save the array. Done. Now I need to tell to user to enter the how many elements you want first, or do you want to create the size array of the size also should be taken from the user? Can we do that also? So for creation only I need the size, right? I will tell system dot out dot print of enter total numbers to be stored. Different message. You can simply ask enter the array size. I'm writing in a more different way. Stay. Okay, now whatever value comes, that I gonna do what? Store into in another variable integer size equal to kb dot next int. Am I right? Or another option, take it here and directly say, pay attention what is happening. What you asked, enter the total number to be stored. That total number is directly being stored into this location. This whatever number would be coming, right? That number is the size of our array. Am I clear? Akka? Okay, sir. But while initialization, I need to tell to the end user, hey, enter these many elements. Are you getting my point? User said, I need to store 5 elements of data. Fine. Then I need to tell total 5 elements, add it. Enter 5 elements. Are you getting my point? You want, first thing I asked, how many numbers you want to store? You said 5. Then I want to show you message, enter 5 numbers. Enter 5 numbers. How do I write that? If I have not taken the size variable. In that case, I'm telling you. Listen very carefully. This array is meant to store how many data, sir? How many data? Whatever user has entered. Agree. Say user has entered 5. Are you with me? Suppose user has entered 5. So in this array, total how many integer numbers can be stored? Maximum is, okay, sir. And guys, loud and clear response I want. I can't be keep on repeatedly asking you for this. Is that clear? Okay, sir. Suppose user has entered size of the array as 5. Then I can find out that value system dot out dot print of enter total elements. Understanding what? Total how many elements? Let's write the 5. Huh? Then I need the exact value, whatever is there. Then kb dot next. No. Then the funda is there is something called ARR dot length. What does it mean, sir? This will give me the length of the array. Length of the array is count of the cell within the array. I repeat, length of the array is the count of the cell within the array. Index means starting from 0 and 1 less than the size. Indexing, if you observe 5 elements, start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. Are you with me? Size, total elements can be stored. Length, total elements are the count of the elements. Agree? Whereas indexing start from 0, 1 less than the 1000 go. Agree? So, shall I execute this much now first? Say I want to store only 3 elements. Then because I want to store 3 elements now. And here I should be telling kb dot next int. Come on. Understanding? Pakka. kb dot next int. Here also I'll say in printf also. Done. Thank you for correcting. Say I want to store 3 elements. Enter total 3 elements, say 10, 20, 30. Here I should take print the length. That's all. Agree? Able to understand? Each one of you? But again, I want to automate this one line. I want to remove all this. I want only one line to be written. Best way. In I equal to 0, I is less than ARR dot length. We will always use ARR dot length. But have you created the ARR? Not yet, na? Wait a minute. This is initialization. Creation is done now, sir. Agree? Agree? Array created, so length is known to us. And when you're starting with 0, ensure never use equals to. Less or equal to should not be used. Always it should be less. Then semicolon. Done. Next. I need to tell this. Of this much is pretty easy for us. Pakka now? Okay, sir. While printing also, can I use this? Yes or no? I can say for integer I equal to 0, I less than AR dot length. Louder. Okay, sir. I plus plus. Then I say here also I. No. Here also I. Am I right? No. Will this work? I plus 1. Will this work? I plus 1. Array yaar. Will this work? Where? Plus 10 na? After this bracket. We'll get to know now only. Yaar. This I is not known to it. Array yaar. Okay, I got the point. What you were telling. Is this the one? I want to print ARR of this as usual, and in that I want double equals plus I plus. That's all right. Sorry guys. आ गया भाई कंसोल स्क्रीन कर दी correct. Can I expect you to try now from creation, initialization, and traversing? Too cold? Don't forget, you have a class at what is the time given for front-end class timing? Hope you are aware. Let me announce there is a front-end class starting from today. Class will be 10 a.m. and ensure you be back by that time. 10 a.m. Am I clear? Hello? Anybody has a problem? Online folks, I hope you are clear. By 10, you should join back. Another link will be shared with you all. Don't worry. Okay, let's proceed now. All eyes here. Fadafat. All eyes here fast. Quick. Each one of you. Focus. Now pay attention. If you see the output of the, the way this command is telling, enter total 5 elements. Rather than that, can't we ask enter first element, enter second element, enter? Can we? Can I expect you to correct this line? Can I simply say, read along with me, system dot out dot print of enter element 1, then enter element 2. Like that, I'll want it. So what do I do, sir? Rather than this one, better you do one thing, sir. Here, I value start with 0. I want to be printed starting with 1. I'll say I plus 1. Agree? It will tell what? I enter element 0 plus 1, 1. Then 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. Like that. Are you getting my point? Papa? Over here, I want not this. What do I want? Element. What is the done? Element I plus 1 is equal to, that's all. Am I right? Agree? And most importantly, if you observe, if you actually don't mind, can I simply say, can't I do array declaration and creation in the same line? Why to write unnecessary? That is written just to help you understand the concept. Now you understood better, right? Okay. Here can I simply, wow, bete. Very good. Better I would type here. What to tell? System dot out dot print. Enter the size of the array. Shall I directly write? Whatever size will be given, that will be given as an input to this one. Agree? Which will end up creating a new array of whatever size you gave. Array is pointing to it. And I am telling right now, enter element first equal to, enter element 2 equal to, like that. And value will be kept storing into the all the elements of the, all the cells of the array. Agree? Then I want to traverse it, starting with 0th index till the length minus 1, less than the length. Agree? Length will give total number of elements, total number of elements that I don't want. 1 less than that I have to stop. Hope you agree, guys. 0 to, if 5 are there, 0 to 4. 1 less than the size. Size is 5. Pakka? Over here, element 1 equal to ARR of I. Shall I check now? Does this make sense or not? So this time I take only 2. Perfect. I expect you to make the similar changes, whatever we have done so far, guys. Fatafat. And this is what the basic skeleton of the array we will be following. Moving forward. Am I clear? This is what the basic skeleton of any array program we will be doing. Where declaration and creation in the same line we will do it. Then we'll do the initialization. Then we'll do the traversing if required. Clear? As a task, you have to create an array of 10 integers and come tomorrow. Clear? Or take it 2 integers. One task for taking only 3 integers, not two. 3 integers you need to take, and same way where value of the size also should be taken from the user. Okay, one integer array. Sir, integer is okay. I want different type of data also. Say string I want. So can I create a string array? I'll show you how to do it. Then you will do that as well. Agree? Character or any other type of data. Done? Sure. Done. Chaliye. Moving forward, if I need to tell you if I want to store a character, I want to create a character array. Can you do it? What? Wherever integer is there, make it character, and use the next dot caret of hope you know. kb dot next of caret of hope you know. Shall I proceed? Okay, then all eyes here now. Enough is enough. Stop typing. Focus. Listen carefully. Okay, let's get started with the arrays basic understanding. Pay attention. Introduction done. Array declaration. You understood the declaration part? How about creation part? How about initialization part? And one more new thing we will learn: array declaration, creation, initialization in one line. Everything we will do. Okay, na? Moving forward, we have understood as of now first part, length. Whenever array are there, you should use length without parentheses. Whenever array are there, parentheses should not be there. Am I clear? Then when should be this used? We will learn later point of time. Arrays are index data structure of homogeneous data with, agree? Anybody who has any issue with this definition? I'm talking to people, those who came on time. Understood everything? No confusion? This definition will be keep coming back to you again and again. Specifically, if I need to tell, first class of collection will start with this only. Am I right? That time, these three parts of the sentence, you must know it, and I can ask the meaning of which part means what. Be ready. First class of collection will start with this definition. Now itself I'm telling you, hope you all remember that. Sir, index data structure of homogeneous data with fixed in size. Moving forward, you need to tell me which one is a valid declaration. What is this? Declaration or creation? Creation ledu. Suppose semicolon is there everywhere. Consider. I'm telling that way. In that case, which one is valid? First one valid, second one valid, third one valid, provided you are not writing these square brackets before the read time. Agree? So all three are valid. Shall I show you practically? You don't trust me, na? It's okay. I do understand. These days, trusting anybody is a very big deal, boss. I'll create this way also. This way means, okay, here the space should be there, na? Am I right? Make sense? If it compiles, then everything is fine. Hope you agree. Compilation is successful. I'm saying this side also, can I do it? Funda is simple and clear. Square bracket should come after the data type. That's the only ground rule. If you remember, that's more than enough for us. Chaliye, moving forward. By the way, recommended approach is which one? Which I always follow. Integer array of x. I mean, readability also is easier for that. Agree na? And why space should be there after the dimension, that also we will see. Today, pay attention now. Declaration clear? Now let's talk about then initialization. Let's see. This is the way to declare declaration wise during. What does it mean? Sir, if at all you end up writing this way, sir, compiler will stand up and slap you. If you are doing declaration, you are not supposed to give size at all. Only thing, one type and the dimension, not the size. Dimension means how much, that we will discuss. Dimension. Agree? Then identify. Agree? Is this allowed? Second one? Second one valid? Yes, the second one is pretty much valid. This one is invalid because size is mentioned in declaration. In creation, size is mandatory. In declaration, size is not allowed. Agree? Over here, this one is fine. So you tell me which one is correct now. All of them are correct. Just now we checked it. Move forward. Now the point is dimensions is nothing but how much group of data you have. Dimension is how much group of data you have. Are you getting my point? In deeper, we will explain later once I come to the 2D array and all. But declaration wise, if I need to tell you for the 2D array, well, everything remains same except one. Pay attention. Earlier one dimension, one pair of square brackets. Now two dimension, two pair of square brackets. Can I write it this way? Yes, sir. Can I write it this way? All of them are valid. Check. If it is not visible, actually too big now. Yeah, this magnifier now, seriously. God knows where it has kept. And this is from our fourth batch started. That time one day I have done magnifying up to 400 times. After that, this magnifier is going next level now. It is always showing 400 times, and God knows on the screen where it gets stored. हाँ भाई ये बताओ ये वैलिड है God ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಣ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈಜ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು somewhere it's time ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಯಾರು ah 800 times not even 400 I hope now you are pretty much clear. Now tell me. First one, valid. Second one, third, fourth is also valid. This is space will be ignored. Agree? And this will be dragged over. Are you getting my point? This one, also valid. This one, definitely valid. So basically, all of them are valid. I'll show you the practicals. Don't worry. Or can't you type by yourself, Raj? You can? That's and or go to the top. That is better for us. Now better. Moving forward. Declaration. First one, say what is happening. Understand this. If suppose array is not there, normal what is written? Int a comma b. What is the data type of a? Int. Data type of b? Int. Straightforward, clear. Similarly, data type of a, integer 1D array. Data type of b, integer 1D array. Clear? Pakka. So you are telling A's dimension is 1, B's dimension is also 1. Agree? Apply the same logic here. A dimension is, B dimension is, this one, whatever is there, that is applicable on all. Individual may have addition. Are you getting my point? This one dimension array is for all the variables. But if one of the variable is having one more dimension, so specifically for that. Are you with me? So A is of 2 dimension, B is of over here. A and B both are next. Sir, if it is written this way, this will actually be becoming, pay attention, 2 by 2, like how it is written. If you have written this way, usually what happens, this will be shifted over here while compilation itself. The bytecode optimization. Have you heard? There is a component called bytecode optimizer that will do these changes. Now this line, and if you observe, there is some line, no line. Now you understood very well, na? Agree? Move to the next one. This will be clubbed here. This entire will become 2DA plus one more for B. Agree? Now pay attention. Now listen carefully. There is a glitch. Pay attention. First one, when you see this one, integer 1 dimension here. Oh, one more dimension. Huh? So this will be shifted to the left. Agree? This will become what? Integer 2 dimension of A. Pakka? Integer 2 dimension of, oh, one more here. Can I shift it here also? Can I shift it? Can I shift it? No. If you want to mention data type additional, then always after this should come. See? After comma, if you're doing it. Are you getting my point? Before comma, you do it whichever way, everything is fine. Am I clear? Here, there is only one common problem is this will not work. This will tell semicolon expected this, that. Logically, it is not. Agree? Can I expect you to complete this much? I'll come to the next session, guys. All of you. Let me show you the QR code. All of you mark your attendance. Once done, you can drop the call, guys. Thank you. Done. Done. Let's end the meeting.